this video is kind of entirely unprepared and prompted by Davey504's video from a couple of days ago. It's now the 2nd of August 2025. He explained his absence and talked about his life a little bit. Now, while I never achieved that kind of, I guess, fame, and I never had the goal to be famous in any way, it still made me feel like it was a good idea to make a similar video, I suppose. What was it now? 20 roughly years ago. Yeah. When I was only several years into my shuffling, people would come up to me in the clubs and ask me how to do the moves, and you can't just show someone on the spot. It's way too takes way too much time. So I made some videos so I can then point them to my YouTube channel and they could learn from there. And apparently that was just very helpful, and I did aim to be helpful. I always am. I always try to be, at least. So that was kind of unexpected, and since then I've sort of used the channel to document what I do, and I've made several little spin-off channels along the way, but at the time I was too busy working to do anything else more than half seriously. I've been driving trucks for 20 odd years. My dad started a transport company, and I was also studying psychology as well. But yeah, I was working way too hard. Like long hours, 20 hours a day often. More often than not. So I couldn't finish my studies. That was just not going to happen. I failed a bunch of stuff in third year and then just didn't want to go back. But I always knew I would end up driving trucks, so it just kind of didn't mean much to me. It was more to please him than anything, and I just was not going to go back and do that again. Anyway, so I just carried on driving trucks. I always had 1,000 other interests, photography being one of them, and I did those things on the side. And again, like I said, I did a few little channels as well. There was some stuff I did with carbon fiber for a while. I love engineering, and I still love engineering, and like, this is something I 3D printed myself. It's the Bitcoin logo. Come on, focus. I do some CAD stuff and that kind of thing. I've got my 3D printer back there. But yeah, I was happy to just do my little hobbies on the side and keep working because the money was fairly good. And as we bought a new truck and a new truck and a new truck, the headaches just start piling up. Just managing everything was too much. So 5-6 years ago, whatever it was, 5 years ago, I sold most of the business, kept one truck. I was going to transition into photography, but then the little known coronavirus struck, and so photography was out of the question because it wasn't essential work in Australia, the prison camp that we lived in here. So my only way of getting out of the house and working was driving the truck, so I kept doing that. And actually, I think I might have my chronology mixed up a little bit. It's been a few years. But the point is, I couldn't do photography as much as I wanted to. That's right, the lock times. You know what? Don't worry about it. So, yeah, I kept driving the truck. And that was good. I went back to just working like 2-3 days a week. And that truck is now something like 20, 21 years old. So at this point I thought, if I am to do this any longer, now mind you, I haven't been buying Bitcoin, so if I am to work at all in trucks, I'm going to need a new truck. So I did. I bought a new truck. It should be arriving in about a month from now. They're going to build the box on the back and all that. Some other mods to the chassis and whatever. So yeah, I was kind of toying with the idea of retiring, but I'm kind of semi-retired as is. Like I said, I'm only working 1, 2, 3. I haven't worked for a month now. Literally haven't worked a single day in a month. Whatever. A bit of an unexpected holiday. It doesn't matter. So I can keep doing this happily for a few more years. I'm only using my monitor as a source of light, hence so dramatic. Also, there's a lot of mess back there that I don't want you to see, so I'm using my photography skills to obscure the mess back there. Oops. Now, so yeah, I'm happy at work. I'm happy. I got married some 12 years ago. She's that was unexpected. I was 26 and I thought, I'm never going to get married. And then I started talking to someone I went to primary school with in Serbia. And this girl had plans to come to Australia anyway, because another mutual friend lived in Canberra, and I'm in Melbourne. So she came to Australia to see me, and we started dating, and here we are, we're married. We had a beautiful little child 3 years ago. That is a lie. Babies are not so beautiful. They come out squashed, and anyway, she's beautiful now. Okay, when people tell you newborns are beautiful, they're lying to you. They're kind of mostly not. I got sidetracked there. So, wonderful little girl. She's tall, wouldn't you know it? Because both of us are. Yeah, she speaks Serbian and English. That's nice. Yeah, wonderful little girl. So I kind of, on one hand, have a lot more free time to do this, to film. But on the other, I have a family now, so I've got to, they are my priority. I've got to tend to them first. And as much as I do want to make more videos, also, what of? I have been shuffling still do. I've still been shuffling, and I've got some videos, little short clips here and there. I went out a couple of weeks ago, the Melbourne Hard Trance Reunion, DJ Sin. He runs this thing once a year. He runs another club, Trip. If you haven't been to Trip and you're in Melbourne, please go. It's amazing. It's like stepping into 2005. It's just brilliant. Back when the music was good. We're not stuck in the past. We're just stuck good. There's new stuff too. But I went out and I danced for like 9 hours. Well, sorry, the event went for about 9 hours. I danced for the first 4, and then my aging knees start warning me of, I felt something in one of my knees, my left one I think, and I just went, ooh, better stop. And I barely recorded anything at that point. For the rest of the night, I still had plenty of fun, but I was mainly just kind of jumping around and enjoying the music. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't film much dancing. But yeah, I go out maybe 4 or 5 times a year now, not twice a week. But I'm happy. At 41, I still go out every couple of months. I'm good. So I do want to occasionally post some footage from that kind of thing. I've been toying with the idea of re-recording the old shuffle tutorials for no other reason than the videos are kind of garbage. you know. I filmed them on what was back then a fairly good camera, but it was like 720 pixels by whatever, 500 or something, and 15 frames a second. It's just bad. By today's standards, the footage is terrible, and here I am using an R5 Canon to record, so I could do some really good quality footage, and I'll have to re-record that. I just have no excuse not to. So I'll do those along the way. I do also want to interact with you guys more. YouTube used to be more of a social website initially. You could post video responses to each other and people talked in the comments. Now it's you just watch a video quickly and that's it. So it's hard. I love interacting with you people, but it's just not that kind of platform anymore. So, but look, if you leave comments, I do eventually get around to reading them. I always have. Plenty of people will tell you that I have responded to them, because not for the last 5 or 10 years, because I've barely been on YouTube. I've been watching it, but I've barely been uploading and doing that. But if you leave me questions, I will make a video like this where I'm just going to answer them. So just leave comments in this video. Leave questions and comments or whatever, and I will respond to them. Another thing, I do want to talk to you about Bitcoin. I've talked to you about many things over the years that I thought would help. I'm pretty sure I've talked about stoicism. I have definitely talked about boldness. So many men care so much about just don't care. This is fine. And they're like, oh, how will girls like me if I shave my head? It's not the problem. Like, if you're fat and you're bald, you think girls aren't going to like you if you shave your head? They already don't like you. Lose weight first. Anyway, so that. What else? Like just some fitness stuff, diet, whatever I've probably mentioned along the way. I try to, obviously I think everything I do is the best way to do things, as does everyone else. So I try to show you what I do as inspiration. A lot of young people watch me. Of course I am joking. I know I make plenty of mistakes, but you know, I'm 41. I've learned a lot of things in life. So I try to give you some kind of inspiration to live a better life. And I do want to make videos about Bitcoin. I don't want this to be a Bitcoin channel at all, but I will make a few videos because money is important. If not to you, to the whole world. Everything runs on money. So I don't care if you get it or not. Who the hell are you? I don't know. I don't care. But I will tell you, and if you don't want to watch them, don't watch them. But you know, we bought our first house, my parents did, in 1996 for around $90,000, I think, Australian. And now, 30 years later, that same house might be, I don't know, I'm just going to guess like $700,000. And that's just inflation. That's just inflation. You can look at it how you want. It is inflation. They just print money. The governments, the banks, they print money. I'll talk about this in another video. What else? I mean, ask me. What are you curious about me? Any questions? Just put them down below, and we'll go from there. Well, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been fun up to now, and it will continue to be fun. I have no expectations for this channel. I never did, so I'll just make videos whenever I can. I'll try to push myself a little bit more. I'll make slightly more videos. But anyway, for now, have a good night.